Good day, night, evening, whatever time may be, ladies and gentlemen. This is Darth Chain. Hopefully, you all are having a good one. Today, we're going to be running Path 2 of Sorrow's Embrace, where we're going to be helping Razalov free a bunch of oppressed workers. Now, if you guys watched my story mode for this dungeon, near about right before I switched characters, there's a gigantic area of normal dredge enemies with the one champion in there. That one champion is essentially going to be our final boss for this dungeon. Now, this first portion of the dungeon is fairly easy. You're going to run across the bridge and you're going to take down these 4 dredge here and then break through the wall. It's fairly easy to get past. Again, it's just some silver enemies and they kind of stay rooted in place. Nothing too hard to take care of. Next, you're going to have these dredge over here, blocking your way to the door, and there is actually a chain on the door that we completely missed. I believe you're supposed to pull to get into the next area. You can see it right there, but I spaced so hard and just ran all the way over here, and we killed this boss. Or not a boss, just these two guys right here, because, yeah, I was spacing very, very hard. But we take him out, we run back, we realize our mistake, and we get through the door right there. And now we're on to our first really big fight, where we're going to be facing Kretzerova. Now, Kretzerova is a very easy fight. He does stun and he does daze, but nothing to a significant degree. He does take a while to start his actual attacks or to start the fight. You gotta wait until he gets about right here. Once he says for the militariat, you know he's going to switch and start attacking you. But again, the fight is very easy. Just bring your crowd control and take him down. He goes down very quick. Now, once you defeat I cannot say his name, the Foreman K. You will go into the next portion of the dungeon where you will have to face 4 bosses. Now, all 4 bosses are just champion levels with a couple of adds, so they are very easy to take down. So we took him down, Razalov comes and talks to some of these dredge miners, and then the 4 bosses will spawn. Now you can see where the 4 bosses spawn on the minimap. They're essentially spawning in each of the crevices here. It's just the 1 boss and 2 adds, most likely silver. They are elites. But again, they are very easy. Nothing that you really have to worry about too much. If you have AoE, they usually stay clumped together so you can take them down in pretty much no time at all. And here we're going to move to the second one. And once he's dead, 3 and then 4. And once the 4th one is dead, then you're going to move on to the next portion of the dungeon where you're going to have to protect someone. But more on that in a minute. So down goes the 4th one, and down go his adds. I think we should take him out here shortly. And now you have to protect Tarlyov. Now Tarlyov is he wants to be a little bit special. Easiest way to put that. Your chest is going to spawn right here, and Tarlyov needs to run from essentially where the waypoint is to where the little marker icon is. But if you drag him into the battles, he will move with you to the battle, and then as soon as all the enemies are gone, he'll run back to where he initially was, and then have to run all the way back. So this little portion took a while. You'll see Tarlyov kind of space out, run back all the way over here, and then run to the iron ore he's supposed to pick up. And I'm gonna call hacks on Tarlyov here because watch what he does. Watch what he does. One swing, full stack of iron ore. That hacker. I call BS. Now, once he's done that, he is going to open up the doors to the next area. which is over by the waypoint. There's usually only going to be about 3 groups that are standing in between Tarliov and the Iron, so it's not too hard to take care of. If he does die, you have to reset that little portion. As soon as you cross past the door, you're going to have these 5 enemies sitting right here, kind of ready to ambush you. Take them out, nothing too bad, and they kind of stay still like a lot of enemies in this dungeon. The fight is fairly quick. And then we get to move on to the next bit of a boss, right down this hallway. So you're going to see a dredge mining suit on the upper left hand of the screen. Let's see. There he is. Right in the cutscene. You'll see him, the Taskmaster. I'll throw up an arrow here in a second. Looking at my mini-map, because I'm an idiot. So you can see the Taskmaster right there. That is going to be our next boss. Now, you're going to see these crushers as well sitting around the area. There's going to be a safe spot you can stand on just over here. You're going to want to stack around these rocks here. We unfortunately aggro this group, so we got to take them down quickly. And what you're going to do is you're going to aggro the Taskmaster close to one of the crushers and wait for the AoE to hit him, because as soon as you get him into a fight, he is going to summon a rock shield right there, which makes him pretty much invulnerable until he gets hit by a crusher. I'm actually going to get hit right here because I wasn't too sure if he was close enough, but apparently I was close enough to the crusher. And once that's done, he pretty much gets his shield removed. I don't know if it comes back because we take him down so quickly. It may come back, so you want to just keep him around the Smasher and you're good to go. And there he's dead, and now we're just going to take down the rest of the dredge that are in the area. Now, once all these dredge are dead, you're going to have a car just over here that you are going to power up to get through the door. Now there's a bunch of glowing stones sitting around the area that you're going to pick up and collect for Rozalov. And it's conveniently just marked glowing rock. If you take down the few enemies we did, you're going to have free reign. It's just a little time consumption thing right here. Nothing too much to worry about. Just keep on grabbing the glowing rocks. Don't go close to too many other enemies, and with 5 players, that will fill very, very quickly. Now you got another ambush of about 5 enemies right here. Again, fairly easy to take down. They usually stay in place. But the next challenge is actually the cannons lining the gigantic arena, or the meeting place, whatever you want to call it, the square. And we're going to go after one of them right. We're going to actually take care of all of them right here, because if you don't, you're going to have these you're going to have all these cannons firing on you while you face the bosses. So they don't take condition damage, so just basic attack power DPS will take them down very quickly. There's about 4 or 5, maybe 6 lining the ring, so you want to take them all out unless you really trust your group to pull. And they're all on different levels of the arena, I'll just say. So there's 3, 4, 5, maybe a 6 somewhere. And there's a champion hanging around in some of these groups. I'm just killing these dredge and then taking out the cannon when I can. We all just kind of spread off on our own to take out the cannons. But we do regroup and we do head after the champion, and then we head after the boss in the dungeon. Now, you're going to see those dredge mining suits down there. There's going to be the 5 of them. As soon as you take it down the 5th one, then 2 more will spawn, and those 2 will be the final boss with a little bit of a trick to them. It's nothing too bad that's really going to blow the world up, but it can be a pain if your group doesn't know how to do it. The mining suits do like to move around a lot, so if you are trying to epidemic off of them, keep them close together. Usually groups will keep them together like we did. Well, save for right there. And taking them down fairly easily. There's a cutscene. And a time for the bosses. Now, the bosses are actually very, very easy to take care of as just 2 champions. But their gimmick is you have to kill them at relatively the same time. If you take down a Mark 1 golem all the way down, it'll go into a rest mode. And it will slowly regenerate its HP over time. And if you do not kill the Mark 2 golem by the time Mark 1 fully heals, then you have to start over on Mark 1 all over again. Now I'm actually going to cut the footage here in a second because we do mess up this battle a bit because I forgot how this boss fight worked. So we killed both of them like 3 times before we remembered, oh right, we're supposed to kill them at the same time. So the feed will cut here in a second. We can just see how much of a pain having those turrets still up would have affected us. But we kind of keep them at roughly the same HP. We're going to take down the Mark II golem first, I believe, and you'll see it slowly start to repair itself before we immediately jump on the Mark I. So down goes the Mark II, it goes invulnerable, there goes the Mark I, and as soon as both of them are in their hibernation modes, you complete the dungeon. So, other than that, I do want to thank these people up on screen right now for helping us out. It was actually a very smooth dungeon, save for a couple spots. Other than that, I do hope you guys enjoyed and learned how to run Path 2 of Sorrow's Embrace, and definitely be sure to check down in the description for Kruger's video, where he records all of our runs and uploads them unedited. So if you just want to see us BS in the background, you're more than welcome to check that out. Do keep in mind we do tend to use language in our private, air quotes, private runs. Other than that, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and do check out Kruger's channel for other random videos, and we will see you guys next time for Sorrow's Embrace Path 3.